Hope everybody's well. So anyway, today's topic is 4 quick ways to boost testosterone if you're over 40. And the reason I wanted to do this one was because a lot of guys, we get a lot of emails from people who are either 40 years or over, and they're kind of just in that place where they just don't know what to do with testosterone. They're like, you know what, my testosterone levels aren't low, but they're not great. I go to the doctor and she or he says, hey, your testosterone levels are normal for your age. Doesn't mean they're absolutely optimal. It just means that they're normal, which, if you're somebody who's trying to build muscle and lose body fat, you're obviously looking for optimal testosterone. You want the best levels of testosterone so you can reach your goals faster, number one. Number two, so you can be healthier. So you've got sex drive and, all that other stuff that men want. And so you can build muscle and lose body fat quicker. So, there's a lot of things that revolve around that one principal hormone, testosterone. And it's really important, but especially in guys who are over 40, we tend to see that levels start to drop. It's usually mid-30s, we start to notice the effect, and then it's kind of amplified as we get older. The body starts changing. It's harder for us to build muscle, while at the same time, it's easier for us to put on body fat. So we gotta look at that as being primarily because testosterone levels are going down and estrogen levels are going up. So how do we combat that? If you're over 40, heck, if you're over 30, these principles still apply. So here they are, and this is kind of my, I would guess, top five important things that you can follow to help improve testosterone levels. Number one is obviously strength training. And I think we did a whole segment about this, and we actually have a workout that we put together called the 3-day testosterone elevating workout. And if any of you guys want that, you can have it. It's absolutely free. Just shoot me an email, info@thepureline.com or aaron@purelinenutrition.com. Any of those, and just put in the subject line free testosterone elevating workout. I think we had a guy today from Guatemala that emailed us. Is that where it was?
Yeah.
Guatemala, and he wanted the testosterone elevating workout. Sent it right over to him. That's free, guys. Just send me an email and I'll get that out to you. So strength training is number one, and how that works is you definitely want to lift heavier weights, compound movements, movements that involve more than one body part, not going and doing, tricep extensions or bicep curls or anything like that. You actually want to do bench press, shoulder press, back rows, squats, leg press, stuff that's heavy, stuff that requires work. It requires your body to be use multi-joint compound movements to move the weight. And what happens with that is it causes the body to release more testosterone, number one. It also releases other hormones like growth hormone, which is very important for staying young, getting leaner, and building muscle. For some reason, these types of heavy training type workouts that utilize multiple compound movements throughout the entire workout tend to increase testosterone levels. Another thing about working out that's super important is keeping those workouts under 60 minutes. 50 to 60 minutes is about the time period that testosterone is pretty much at a peak, and then after 60 minutes, testosterone levels start to drop. So what ends up happening is guys who are training 90 minutes or 120 minutes or so forth and so on, they're dipping into recovery, and they're not actually getting the most benefit from their workout. So make sure you keep the workout short, intense, use compound movements, and if you want that 3-day testosterone boosting workout, just email me and I'll send it over to you. The other thing is diet. That's number two. And with diet, obviously, you should follow a good, clean diet. We've talked about this over and over, eating 5 to 6 small meals throughout the day, smaller meals with protein, a little bit of carbohydrates, vegetables. And the thing that kind of keeps coming up a lot is people tend, and men especially, tend to be scared of fat. Fat is a very important macronutrient, especially the fat that's found in oily fish, lean beef, coconut oil, olive oil, peanuts, natural peanut butters, all that stuff that we've we've had a tendency to avoid over the last 10 to 15 years because the media is like, hey, low fat, it's not good for you, stay away from it. It actually is very beneficial for testosterone. And because people tend to follow low-fat diets, they see a decline in testosterone. Now, the key here is to try and find a nice balance where you're adding good essential fats to your daily diet through a form of like, red meat or, oily fish or something like that, or even having a couple of whole eggs with your egg whites in the morning. That's not going to kill you. It's not going to make you fat. It's actually very beneficial. Testosterone is made from, the starting point is cholesterol, and the starting point of cholesterol is fat. So you need that fat in your diet to help boost testosterone, or at least provide the raw material for testosterone to be there. So keep that in mind. It's very important. The other thing is, people tend to think that keeping the diet really super clean is the key. And, I like to follow what I call the 80-20 rule. 80% of the diet should be whole foods, healthy, chicken, lean meats, all the good things that we should be putting in our diet. But there should be a little 20% gap there, where if you want to have something that's, a treat, unhealthy, something with a little more carbs, etc., it's not going to kill you, and it will actually help testosterone just because it's probably got a lot of extra fat in there. The key thing to watch is sugar. Sugar is the one testosterone killer, especially refined sugar. So be really careful with refined sugars. Anything that really has a lot of, synthetic sugars or sugar substitutes, all of that can lead to testosterone decline. So be careful with those. But overall, diet good, high in protein, moderate fats, and that has plenty of essential fats coming from oils, fish, nuts, things like that. Now, the third thing that is extremely important that, believe it or not, over 40% of men and 50% of women in the United States are deficient in is something simple that you could pretty much pick up at every drugstore in America, and it's vitamin D. Vitamin D is extremely important for hormone health. And what we're finding is people over 40 and people that are getting older, they tend to go outside less frequently because they maybe don't do as much work in the yard and stuff that they did when they were younger, or they just don't go outside, period. As a society, we don't go outside as much because we tend to stay inside and work on our computers and tablets and things like this. So we're not getting as much sun, which is the direct source of vitamin D that people were getting for the last 100+ years. As a result, the deficiency in vitamin D can create imbalances in hormones and decrease testosterone levels. So one of the most important things you can do is substitute vitamin D into your diet. And you can actually get a blood test and check if you're deficient in vitamin D. That might be something for you to do. But realistically, anywhere, if you're going to supplement with vitamin D, I would say anywhere between 1,000 IUs to 2,000 IUs per day is the sweet spot. I typically use 2,000 IUs per day, and that tends to make me feel really good. I can tell that, my testosterone levels, my hormone levels, everything are in balance. And believe it or not, if you stop taking it for a couple of months, you can actually tell. You're like, man, I can tell I just don't feel as good as I used to. So definitely look into vitamin D. That's something you want to be supplementing into your program. It's inexpensive. You can buy it anywhere. And try to get a soft gel form that's just a really good quality vitamin D. And hey, if you can, get outside more. That's really the ultimate source of vitamin D. Get in the sun. Obviously, this weather isn't helping as much, but if you can do that, it will help tremendously. So vitamin D. Number 4, minerals. That's often overlooked. And I'm throwing stuff out that's very simple. Again, stuff that you could probably find at CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, Kroger, wherever you live, you can find it at your local grocer. But zinc and magnesium, those are extremely, extremely important for building testosterone and making sure that testosterone levels are elevated, especially over 35. Most guys go straight for the hard supplements, man. Like creatine, glutamine, protein, anything to boost testosterone, yada, yada, yada. And we sell all that stuff. That's what we do. We make those products, but I always like to recommend that guys are covering their bases first. Make sure that you're taking zinc and magnesium and vitamin B6. Those 3 things, 2 minerals and 1 vitamin are extremely important for optimized testosterone levels and for making sure that you have all the basic materials that your body needs to build and make testosterone. So make sure that you're taking those. So again, that's vitamin D we've talked about, zinc, magnesium, and vitamin B6. Again, very inexpensive minerals and vitamins that you can buy at your local store and that you can start taking to ensure that testosterone levels are at a healthy place and that you're recovering faster, you're building muscle and doing what you want to do. So important things. And by the way, if you haven't already, go to our website. It's thepureline.com. Check us out. If you have any questions about building muscle, burning fat, any of that stuff, you can simply find a ton of stuff on there. We've got ebooks, And also, we just actually started the new option of Afterpay. So if you order anything online right now, you don't have to pay for it. You basically just order it, and it breaks it up into payment plans for you. It's all done automated. You get your products right away, but you don't have to pay for it. It's incredible. Check it out, Afterpay at thepureline.com. Next, after minerals, this is the one that's kind of not tough for me, but it's something that's really important. And the reason I say tough for me is because I love cigars. You know, I'll do at least 2 or 3 cigars a week, but I know that smoking is not good for testosterone. So I'm pretty sure probably 80 to 90% of you don't smoke. Nobody really smokes as much as they used to, unless you're doing all those smoke boxes, we call them, those inhalers. Is that what they are? Those vape machines. We call them the vape pens or the smoke box. You know, you see guys do. I saw a guy the other day at the gym. I was walking into LA, and all of a sudden this big, puff of smoke comes in. And he walks into the gym. I'm like, dude, you're going to the gym and you're on your smoke box, man. I mean, let it go, man. Enough of the smoke box. But yeah, smoking is definitely not beneficial for testosterone, as well as is alcohol. So, be careful with the alcohol and the testosterone, especially if you're an everyday drinker. If you're just like, a couple glasses of wine 2 or 3 times a week, that's not going to hurt you. But essentially, be careful with making it a habit. It has been shown to drastically reduce testosterone levels. And last but not least, probably the last, wall of defense for guys who are over, 35, especially 40, and are not, seeing any elevation in testosterone. They're not seeing anything work. They're, doing everything I said. They're following a strength diet, or they're following a strength training program. Their diet is, very clean, and they're eating a lot of essential fats. They're taking all the right stuff. Your last kind of option is to look into TRT, or testosterone replacement therapy. And TRT is not a bad thing. It's actually something very beneficial. I think the stigma of testosterone and steroids and all that stuff over the last 20 years have given testosterone kind of a bad name in the world. People think testosterone is negative, or they associate it with negativity, when actually, testosterone is a natural hormone that your body produces and that you need. And if your levels are lower or not optimal, you should try to supplement with testosterone by finding a physician or a TRT specialist who can help you with that. So that would be your last line of defense. If you really aren't feeling good, you've done everything possible, and testosterone levels are just low, maybe via genetic, issues, then definitely look into testosterone replacement therapy. Note that when you do that, it's usually for the rest of your life. It's not something you just hop on for 8 weeks or 9 weeks and then you're done. It is a long-term thing that you will be doing until, hopefully until you die. And it should improve every aspect of your life, every marker, everything that you have, from cholesterol to blood sugar. So that's definitely the last thing you want to look into. And there's tons of good TRT doctors out there who can help you with that. So keep that in mind. Those are the things that I would really look at to help increasing testosterone levels over 35, over 40. Once you get all those things in line, you should be much closer to optimizing your ability to change your body, to build muscle, to burn fat, to get in better shape, to feel younger, to feel healthier, and to feel more energetic. So keep all those in mind as you move forward through your program and as you're trying to build muscle and change your body. Okay, guys? So that's it for today. That's really all Testosterone Tuesday is about, is just figuring out ways that guys can ultimately optimize testosterone levels. If you haven't already, make sure and go to our website, thepureline.com. Check us out. There's a lot of cool products on there. I highly recommend the XP2G Black product. You can go to thepureline.com/XP Black. That's great for body fat reduction. It's great for not putting on muscle, but helping you burn fat, and accelerate fat loss in your program. We also just introduced the new payment option called Afterpay. And Afterpay will allow you to get any product on our website, 4-week, 8-week, 12-week cycles, you name it, and not pay for it until much later. So look into that. Just basically go through the order process, and then you'll see the Afterpay instructions that you can follow. Cool? All right, guys. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. And if you're watching this live on Instagram or Facebook, be sure to follow us. And, of course, share this information with your friends if you got anything beneficial from it at all, which I hope you did. I really do. Guys, we will talk to you soon. Hope everything is going well for you. Hope you're having a kick-ass week. So keep it going. Stay warm wherever you're at. And we will come back to you here later in the week with Pureline Nutrition's Lives. Okay, guys? Take care. We'll talk to you all soon.